Good morning, dolls, and welcome back again to my channel. So today's video is going to be a different type of video for me. So I've been thinking about doing like a series on going back to the basics. So what that means is basically showing you guys step by step every single area or aspect of makeup, just like simple how to use products, what to use, how do you do it, like all those basic knowledge about applying makeup that people who don't know anything about makeup, people who are interested in makeup and who want to use makeup and they use it but they're not really sure, they just kind of like, okay, I guess this is gonna work, I guess this is what this is for, and I'm just going to apply it on my face and hope it looks the best. So this is for those individuals who know like very basics or minimum knowledge of makeup, and they just want to learn more and know how to apply or what to use or what tools to have. So I've been thinking about this idea for a while and I just haven't actually done it. And I had a friend who came to visit recently. Hey girl, you know who you are. Hey Shayna. And she was, telling me about her makeup experience and how she wants to learn more and how to use a beauty sponge. She was very kind and told me that she loves how my makeup looks and she wanted me to show her. But while she was here, we didn't actually get the time to sit down and do it together. So I told her I would make this video for her. And I actually want to do this video like in a series. I'm going to call it Going Back to Basics or Just the Basics or something with being basic, basically. And I'm going to create a series which I haven't decided exactly how they'll fall into place because I still want to throw in other videos. So it may be like, because I upload every Monday, so it's probably going to be more like here's one video, then it's one of my other types of videos, and then going back to another of the series. I'm going to create a playlist. If you guys check out my playlist, I'm going to create a basics playlist or going back to basics, whatever the name is going to be. I'm going to make a playlist under that title, and that way I'm going to link all the videos to that, so when you guys are looking just for those videos, you can go to my specific playlist and go through it and see which ones you want to use, which ones are going to be helpful. And yes. So this is going to be like the first trial video in the series, and I'm going to make it into a series of like going different parts of the face, so there's like eyes, just like face, just different areas like that, and be just specific within those, like make consecutive videos just in that specific area that we're focusing on. And I'm going to title them like, eyes video part 1, eyes video part 2, something like that, so you guys can see the sequential order of those specific videos. So for our first launch video, we're going to be doing how to use a beauty sponge. Now there are all types of beauty sponge. There's the beauty blender, there's the Real Techniques beauty sponge, there's tons of different beauty sponges from so many different brands, and when you're looking for a beauty sponge, you're like, which one works, like which one is the best? All in all, the beauty blender is the best beauty sponge that there is out there. My opinion, that is. I have that one right here. This is my all-time favorite beauty sponge because I feel like it works the best. Of all sponges I've ever tried, this one is just like magic. I don't know how they create this, but this one is like magic. I absolutely love this sponge. It looks really tiny, but once you actually expand it, it's going to, and we'll talk about expanding, it's going to really puff up. My next favorite sponge is this one right here. This one is from Real Techniques beauty sponge, and it has a different shape, so it kind of has the same like pointy end, whereas the beauty blender has a more defined pointy end. This one is a little bit more on the rounder end, and on the other side it has like a flat top, which I like this shape. You can see the size is definitely different. It's a lot smaller, the beauty blender that is, and this one has a little bit of a different texture. There is another beauty sponge that's also by Ecotools, and I did a video on that, which I'm going to link. I always forget which side, but I think it's this side. I'm going to link it right up here so you guys can watch that video. I gave a full review of that specific beauty sponge. It's a sponge that I don't like at all. Like, you can definitely go check out that video and hear all my reviews on that, so we're not going to spend time on that, but I didn't prefer that one. I wouldn't recommend purchasing that beauty sponge. So when you're looking for a sponge, you want something, it doesn't really matter the shape of the sponge. You kind of like want something kind of like this shape, but It doesn't necessarily have to be the same exact shape. You just want to look for the feel of the sponge. Like this one is super soft. It just like, it's so squishy. It's kind of like a little pillow. You can like rest on it. You want to look for something really, really soft. So for this video, I picked up a beauty sponge. This is from the brand called Danielle Creations. And I found this at Bell's Outlets for $3.99. It says compares at $8, but it was $3.99. It's a tear drop blending sponge. It's non-latex, ergonomic, hygienic, time-saving, flawless finish, professional quality. So when you look at this one, it looks almost exactly, well, it looks exactly like the Beauty Blender. This is the packaging it comes in. It's by Danielle Creations, and I just dropped it. It kind of tells you how to use it. It just says dampen the sponge until it swells and firmly squeeze out any excess water. It's a great way of explaining it. So again, it says dampen the sponge until it swells, then firmly squeeze out any excess water. Then you're going to start applying the product onto your face. Then if you want to clean it out, just hand wash it with warm water and let it air dry. So when you look at the Beauty Blender, it is a lot smaller. This is the Beauty Blender. This is the new Beauty Sponge. And this thing is so soft. It feels almost exactly like the Beauty Blender. It's so freaking soft. So I've never used a sponge before. We're going to go ahead and test it out today and see how it works. So for this video, again, we are doing how to apply foundation using the beauty sponge. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. So this is probably a weird angle. Hi, I'm right here. But I just wanted to show you guys how I'm going to dampen this beauty sponge. I just have a bowl of water here, and I'm literally going to just soak this into the water. And that was really, it's very soft, so it just like floats. Soak it into the water, and I like to squeeze just so I can get it dampened, and then you just squeeze out all the water. And it's just damped. You don't want it to be soaked completely with water. You want it to just be really dampened. And so it's just dampened sponge, and it's super soft. Welcome back. So now we're going to use this to apply the foundation that we have dampened the sponge. And I'm just using the Dior Forever Undercover 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation, which I have actually been loving. I'm just going to bring you guys a little bit in closer so you see what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I open up the foundation. I'm just going to put a little bit at the top, like just a little dot, and I'm just going to just kind of like stick that on my face like that. You can see the product on there. We're going to see how well this Beauty Blender works, or this beauty sponge. So once you have the foundation on your face, just go ahead and start just pouncing it on your face, just up and down, up and down. Gonna add a little bit more for the forehead. This technique is really easy because you're not like hurting yourself. It's just, you're literally like going back and forth just like that. And then I'm just gonna add just a tiny little drop, the tiniest amount, so I can blend in the eyes. And I use the pointy end to blend and do the same thing, but just be a bit more gentle because this is your eye area. There we have it. I think this actually works so well. I'm actually really liking this sponge. It's just, it expands really big, so it is kind of bigger than the Beauty Blender, but it just feels so soft. And sometimes I'll just take like the big side, like the long side, and just do the same thing. But I feel it works really well. I'm just looking and inspecting the face. I think it applies really, really well. You can definitely do a second layer if you want to have more coverage. I kind of want to just leave it like this just because I don't want to put like too much. And you want to make sure that when you squeeze out the sponge, you don't have excess water in there, because it will just soak up your foundation and it will just kind of like move the product around. It won't actually blend it out. But yeah, I think I really like this. Just for the video, we're going to do a second round just to see. I really like the sponge. I'm glad it was only $3.99 at Bell's Outlet. I feel like running there right now and getting some more. Because the Beauty Blender is $20 and this was $3.99 plus tax. It's even cheaper than Real Techniques, just saying. Alright guys, so I just went ahead and just completed out the rest of my face. I just wanted to quickly do that. So my final thoughts on this beauty sponge is it's really, really nice. I really love it. I just went ahead and washed it. I used the Beauty Blender Solid. That thing is like magic. I don't know what they use in that formula, but it just like cleans out your sponge so nicely. So I just went ahead and clean it because I need a thumbnail picture. Duh. I think this sponge is absolutely amazing. I definitely recommend it. Go ahead and check it out at Bell's Outlet, $3.99 plus tax. Really good. Danielle Creations is the brand. Love it. I really hope that this video was definitely helpful in teaching you how to use a beauty sponge the proper way and how to apply it to your face when you're using liquid foundation. I hope that this series is going to be something really useful and helpful for all of you beauty lovers out there who just want to know a little bit more about makeup and the beauty world and how to apply and what tools to use, things like that. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, comment, like, share, subscribe, everything that you can do. I would greatly appreciate it. And we're gonna just continue. So this is just like my first launch video for this series. I want to hear feedback from you guys and see how this video does, kind of thing. I will let you guys know the official launch date if you follow me on Instagram, just under my name, ItsYonella. I'll give the launch date there. This is just the first trial video, and we're gonna go and see what happens from here and how it's going to work out. So as we're going through this series, if you guys have certain questions or areas that you want me to touch on, like I think I'm going to start with eyes. If you guys want me to start elsewhere, let me know. But I can start with eyes and how to blend, or I can start with like brushes, whichever you guys like. I don't know, let me know what order I should go in. Like, should I just start with like what beauty tools to use and then talk about okay how to use those beauty, whatever the case may be. Just let me know. I want to know like what you guys want to know. But yeah, I will definitely put the launch date on my Instagram stories, and probably in the next video I'll mention it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to follow me on social media. All that information is on the screen or in the box down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you later. Bye.